Hello and welcome to Gametime. I'm your host Jackie, and if you're like me, you love games. But if you're really like me, you hate cheaters. Cheaters ruin the game for everyone, and they make everything pointless. They make life horrible. They make it so hard to even go on living, let alone playing games. So today on Gametime, we're going to expose these awful cheaters in a segment I like to call Awful Cheaters in Gaming History That Cheat and It Isn't Fair. Today I'd like to introduce you to a guy named Charles Ingram, a game-cheating guy. Charles Ingram was a former British armyman who famously cheated on the game Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? But it was the British version, so it would be pronounced, "What bloke fancies being a bloody millionaire, love?" or something equally as insane as that. Now, before Charles Ingram was a contestant on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, both his wife Diana Ingram and his brother-in-law Adrian Pollock were contestants before him, and let's just say, they didn't do so hot. Both of them got kicked off at only £32,000, and then they went home and cried about it. Then, in September 2001, Charles was finally a contestant, and by the time the show ended for the first day, he was only at £4,000, and he used 2 out of his 3 lifelines to get there. Ooh, not looking so good, Charles. Everybody knew he was gonna blow it the next day, and boy did Charles ever know it too. So that night, Charles went home and hatched a scheme with his friends and his family. A cheating scheme, so that he could win the big grand prize of £1 million and not be a loser and a nerd with a measly £32,000 like his dumb family. So the scheme went like this. Charles' friend and Charles' wife were planted in the audience, and every time the game show host said the correct answer in the multiple choice question, one of them would cough at the right answer to let Charles know that that's the one to pick. Here's a play to reenact how it went. Okay, Charles, for £50,000, what is the name of the big old clock that we have here in London, England? A, Tall Terry. B, Large Larry. C, Big Ben. Cough, 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 cough. D, Stocky Stan. See, did you hear those coughs? Charles would know his wife's signature cough and his friend's signature cough from a lifetime of friendship and marriage, and that would alert him to the right answer to pick. And because of all that cheating, he actually won the £1 million grand prize. And Charles would have got away with it too if it weren't for those meddling audience members. People in the studio started to catch on to their scheme, especially, the people sitting right next to the coughing wife and the coughing friend, obviously. And so a huge investigation was launched. And then there was a big court trial, and all 3 of them were found guilty for a charge of procuring the execution of a valuable security by deception. Oh, good grief. For a country called England, how about putting it in English? So the scheming 3 got prison sentences and even had to pay a boatload of money for fines and legal stuff. Ha ha, busted. And Charles got kicked out of the army. Boo-hoo, too bad, so sad. Then, a few years after that, a book came out saying how all 3 of them were totally innocent. Oh, I should probably mention, the book was written by Charles Ingram. Oh, brother! So this all just goes to show that cheaters always get caught, and they always get thrown in jail too. So keep that in mind next time you're at family game night and you decide to deal yourself an extra card in euchre, because you could be looking at time. Well, I'm your host, Jackie, and thanks for watching Gametime.